Respected dear family members, my pranams to you. Today I would like to explain the science behind our prayer before eating the food. You know the best prayer designed and written by Vivekananda Kendra, Kanyakumari. The meaning and the stanza is like Vedic prayer. Prabho sevavrita bhaktya vayam samprarthayamahe kalyanartham swarashtrasya prasarartham swasamskrite vishwasya yena prajanam charakshanam sarvatra sarvada shanti samadhanam cha sarvada. He Prabho, he Bhagavan, seva vrita bhaktya vayam samprarthayamahe. Vayam bhaktya samprarthayamahe. We are praying to you. We are seva vrita, devoted for serving the mankind and the nation. With the devotion we are praying to you. Kalyanartham swarashtrasya. Our nation should become glorious and it should become highly developed, developing country, energetic country. Kalyanartham swarashtrasya prasarartham swasamskriti. Our culture should spread throughout the world. Prasarartham swasamskriti vishwasya yena. The world should get enlightened through our work. Vishwasya yena prajanam charakshanam. Wheresoever we are working, the people of that place or that nation should get themselves elevated into a higher position. So Vishwasya yena prajanam charakshanam sarvatra sarvada shanti samadhanam cha sarvada. Peacefulness should be there everywhere in the world, and samadhanam, stabilized growth, should also be there in the mind of everybody, in the family of each and every one, in the society, in the organizations, and also in our nation. This is the meaning of the prayer. Variety of prayers are there, chanted before eating the food. Some people used to say, chant Bhagavad Gita, message Brahmarpanam, Brahma Havir, Brahma Agnav, Brahmanahudam, Brahma Ivatena Gandavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina. These are all the spiritual aspect of eating the food. On the one hand, Annam Brahmedi Vyajanat, let you know that one. Food itself is the divinity, divine power. Due to the food, we are alive here. So food is getting converted into energy and material for the development of our body. So most important thing we should remember, while chanting the mantra sitting in front of the food, automatically salivary gland will be activated by seeing or looking into the food. So when we are sitting for 30 seconds chanting this mantra or for this bhojana mantra, while we are looking into the food, naturally that will create the flow of saliva. Saliva contains 0.2% tyalin in that. Saliva with the tyalin when go into the stomach, all the digestive enzymes will get activated. All the digestive enzymes will get activated. And after these enzymes flowing into the stomach, the food will be reaching the stomach when we start eating after the prayer. So perfect digestion will be taking place. You can pray any mantra, Vedic mantra, Puranic mantra, Karma mantra, Bhagavad Gita mantra, Idihasa mantra. Ultimately it aims pure scientifically the flow of saliva and tyalin and activation of the digestive enzyme with that. So the science behind the prayer. Now next point I would like to say, in Kerala we have got Hindu helpline. many youths are involved in that one to prevent the conversion of Hindus into Christianity and also preventing conversion of Hindus into Islam through love, jihad, cheating, crookedness and treachery even. So every Hindu should remember that we have to protect our dharma, our culture, our values. Out of the 114 civilizations existed on the surface of the globe earth, Indian culture, Indian civilization remain intact. Heavy torrential level of conversion is taking place from Hindu dharma to Christianity. Through crookedness and through cheating and all the negatives are used for converting Hindus into Christianity, particularly less educated people. And remember that we have to protect our dharma, we have to protect our family, we have to protect our sisters, brothers, mothers, fathers and so on, so that Hindu dharma should be protected. For which every village we have to start a Hindu helpline. Anything happening against Hindus, not that we have to fight with the muscle power, but with intellectual power and vocal power, we have to fight for Hindus. Every Christian is working for converting Hindus into Christianity and nurturing Christianity, spreading Christianity. Every Muslim is working for Islam. Muslims can do anything that will be considered as secular only, minority right. Christians can also do anything that will be also coming under minority. But Hindus are not permitted to anything. People think that when, or politicians think that all the Hindus are RSS or BJP. So politically they are fighting against BJP, which has become fighting against Hindu dharma. So remember that we have to protect our parents, we have to protect our nation, we have to protect our culture, we have to protect Hindu dharma, Sanatana dharma. So in Kerala we are starting Hindu helpline. Few good people, youths are involved in that one. So you have also to get involved in that. Next point, you may be knowing Sri Narayana Gurudeva. Gurudeva was initially focusing on the downtrodden people in Kerala known as Eedavas, very poor people, and they were suppressed with the force of Brahmins or forward caste. And now Eedava group of people are coming up very fast. Academically they are coming, intellectually they are coming, industrially they are coming, socially they are coming fast into the mainstream. Very good number of people are there in Kerala. I used to go to many of these organization branches and used to correctly give Sri Narayana Guru's message to them. And Sri Narayana Guru, even though the communist and the Congress used to label him as a secular sannyasi, secular rishi, secular avatar, really Sri Narayana Gurudev, who born 163 years ago, he was exclusively devoting for Hindu dharma, establishing 27 temples on his own hand and 14 temples through his disciples, and writing about 62 prayers, dhyana mantras, slokas, philosophical poems or stanzas and so on. We just got the standard of Vedas and Upanishads. But the politicians want to label him as a secular sannyasi. He was purely devoted with the Hindu dharma. Very recently when we started teaching them that Narayana Guru exclusively belongs to Hindus and he never preached anything from Bible, he never preached anything from Quran, he never preached anything as the politicians say so-called pseudo-secularism. All the temples he never established or consecrated, in which he never put Kaaba or cross or anything of that sort. He has given message particularly aiming at Hindus and Hindu dharma. But very recently we could see that one due to our efforts. Many Sri Narayana Dharma Paribalana Trust branches, SNDP branches, Sri Narayana Dharma Paribalana Trust branches, they started inviting other people belonging to other caste, and sharing, caring and curing started. All over India, whatsoever may be the community, whatsoever may be the caste, whatsoever may be the group or organization, all the Hindus should be brought together. Then only we can see that when Hindu Dharma is getting nurtured, nourished and developed and progress very seriously. Coming together, sharing together, working together. These are all the most important things needed for Hinduism at present. Now another message from Upanishads. Vangme manasi pratishtita, manome vachi pratishtitam, avidavirma yedhi, vedasya ma anistaha. It's a great message. It's a Shanti mantra from Upanishad. The meaning of this mantra is Vangme manasi pratishtita. The words, the communicating words are established on the mind. The mind is established on the words. The mind can be read through the words of the individual. So the mind and words, mind and communication languages are complementary to each other. If the mind is excited, words will also get excited. If the mind is filled with anger, words will reflect the anger. When the mind is filled with ego or animosity or happiness or sorrow, the words will reflect according to that. So keep the words as sweet as possible, for which keep the mind as much clean and transparent as possible. Let us do our level best to see that the mind is pure and also the words we use are also pure. The stone left from the hand, the arrow left from the bow, the bullet left from the pistol, and also the words left from the mouth cannot be taken back without creating injury in others' body or mind. So words create long duration negatives in the mind, whereas weapons create short duration pain for the body. Weapons create the pain for the body, which can be cured with medicine. Words create pain in the mind, which cannot be cured by medicine. So remember that point. Next point I would like to say, when the Christians are converting Hindus into Christian fold, and Muslims particularly in Kerala are doing their worst to convert Hindu girls and boys into Muslim field, they are doing by terrible negatives and with or motivated or negative way adopted for converting Hindus into two other religion. But it is our bound duty, we are all doing that and we have to do, not like the Ghar Wapasi which was done earlier, but silently, not violently with the publicity or photograph published. Silently we have to bring back Hindus who have gone to Christian fold or Muslim fold. We have to make them Hindus who were Hindus. Who were Hindus should be made into who are Hindus, for which learning and teaching Hindu Dharma to them and to ourselves is important. Simultaneously prevent the conversion of Hindus into other fold. Whenever sometimes some places you come to know that when conversion is taking place, react sharply and see that when you are stopping that. Never become a witness or a spectator of this conversion of Hindus into Christianity or Islam. So remember, we have to protect our Dharma as I told you earlier, and we have to see that when the conversion of Hindus into other religion should be stopped, and also those who have gone to other religion should be brought back without a delay. They will be ready to come back, but do the needful by educating them. Hindu Dharma is like an ocean and other religions are just like a well. When the frog falls on the well, then that frog will be permitted to think only in the diameter of the well. But teach every Hindu that Christians have got only one book, Muslims have got only one book. Having one book is like having 1 rupee note in the pocket. We have got thousands of literature written by thousands of rishis, having thousands of subjects in that, and written for the last many thousand years. It is just like having thousands of rupees with us. We have never said that only our God is correct, our way is correct, our book is correct. Remember that our books are very intelligent and extremely powerful books from Upanishad, Vedas, Ramayana, Mahabharata and Puranas. But very severely think that one, the other two books belonging to minority religion, written for the primitive people living in Saudi Arabia and also lived in Israel 2000 years ago and 1300 years ago. It was meant for the primitive people who lived in the deserts. But our books are not meant for primitive people, highly intelligent people. So you have to educate the Hindus and bring them back positively. Next point what I would like to say is about Vipraha Sandhu Nirbhaya. Christians and communist parties and atheist members are very active and very violent and virulent in arguing and fighting with others, even though they know that they are in the side of false or they are in the side of wrongdoing. They are always fighting for the mistakes and wrong things. But Hindus are fighting for the correct things, the right things, and for the dharmic values. Unfortunately, Hindus are afraid for fighting, whereas others are not afraid for fighting for the negatives that they are keeping in their mind and in their procedure and in their life. Vipraha Sandhu Nirbhaya, the words mean that those who are educated in their subject should not keep quiet. They should learn and teach. The knowledge should give us dhirata, wisdom with courage. Dhira means the courageous, knowledgeable person. My request to you, fight for Hindu Dharma intellectually, socially, spiritually, psychologically, mentally, financially, and all the aspects. If we are not fighting for Hindu Dharma, then who else will fight? I am not protecting my mother, I am not protecting my wife, I am not protecting my children. Who else will protect my property and my family members? So protect Hindus and Hindu Dharma and be an intellectual. Now in India we can see that when many of the intellectuals are so-called Communist Party progressive members. They are neither progressive nor Communist Party members. They are neither Hindus. They are slaves of a primitive thoughts of communism, unknowingly or unfortunately labeled as progressives, going back in the retrogressive mood. Deceleration is taking place. Anything they say that will be against our dharma, our culture, our nation. They think that fighting against their motherland, fighting against the culture, fighting against the values, they think that is meant by progressive, that is meant by scientific. They think that is meant by rational and logical. Unfortunately, remember that our ultimate goal should be the intellectual should have the courage, should create the courage to fight against the negatives. Even the so-called award vapasi, so-called scientists fighting against our present government, these are all motivated by the so-called pseudo-intellectuals and pseudo-politicians here for their freedom to work against India and Indian culture. Formerly it was paid for other countries, now it is not paid by other countries. But Christians and Muslims, they are supporting the so-called atheist and so-called communist and so-called rationalist and so-called leftist by financially, so that these people think that when associating with Muslims and Christians and fighting against Hindu Dharma, equal to fighting against the nation and our culture is progressive and rational, radical, logical. So our intellectuals should definitely fight for bringing our nation to the forefront and our culture. The world over people are accepting it. So be a proud Hindu and make others say that we are proud Hindus. Protect our family member just like protect our religious cultural members also. Hindus should feel proud that when they are Hindus, they were Hindus and they will be Hindus. World over people are looking for Hindu Dharma and getting attracted towards Hindu Dharma and accepting Hindu Dharma. Unfortunately, due to our own brothers' ignorance, they are giving it up for a monetary benefit or some other benefit or through crooked cheating methodology adopted by others. So it's our duty to protect our Dharma. Do your level best. Thank you very much. My pranams to you.